ko.
Tai ko pingo ako ta hotel liwat siya ko. Innaw ko allo. Akime. Sok tay malapit ali ino to kaya tay magtumi. Akili si madam. Akisubini ajok bemakko.
The history of Inuit carvings was originally to pastime during the winter month when it's cold outside. The Golden Glove Award for goalkeepers is inspired by the Inuit. This dog has been with us in the Arctic for at least 4,000 years. The Inuit is a protector of the community and part of the family. They have helped Inuit survive for generations. The owl is a symbol of wisdom and knowledge. You can recognize it by its round, forward-facing eyes. It has a strong vision which gives the ability to see what others cannot. The bear is a powerful animal that wanders and finds its way across the ice. We believe it imitates humans and how we move. So the bear can be kicking a ball, carved out of white marble, a delicate stone to work with. True goal scorers are courageous and fearless in the hunt. They are patient and strike when the moment is right. Most harpoon heads were made out of ivory from walrus tusks or whale bones, like the harpoon in the carving. Nekatrito, North Star. It is a stone built by Inuit on the land as helpers. The top stone points towards the sky to the North Star. Nekatrito is important to navigate through the stars and to lead a traveler home, sending them into the right direction. Inuits have lived for thousands of years working as a group. They stick together, they help each other out in times of need. This community is a community that has given so much value to Canadians from their imaginations, from the stone. Carving will always continue. There will always be carvers for generations and generations.
Hello everybody, welcome to the 2021 Canadian Premier League Award Show. My name is Christian Jack. I'm the VP of Content and Media for this great league and also broadcaster with our partners at OneSoccer. Hello to everybody online watching it on OneSoccer as well across this great country of ours. Hello from downtown Toronto here. And great to be in person with so many of you because I know we didn't get that in 2020 and we should certainly not take any of these moments for granted right now. So great to see so many personalities across our league, players, coaches, and media here today with me as well here in downtown Toronto. It is going to be a special day, no doubt. It is the grand finale of what has been a special season, a special year for 2021 here in the Canadian Premier League. A year we began in a bubble in Winnipeg, and I know many people behind the camera here working hard were there as well, and they've got some stories behind the scenes that they can tell you about one day about that. But in the end, the games began, and the games began thick and fast and came very quickly. In the end, we got so many matches through this league, 115 games throughout, and eventually, on a cold and blustery day in Hamilton, Ontario, we had a winner to be crowned with Pacific FC. Some of my favorite stories of the year was just seeing some of the great stories develop with the young Canadian players out there and also how competitive this league was. I know the commissioner talked about this the day before the final in terms of how the quality of this league has gone up superiorly and just incredible over the last couple of seasons. And I'll never forget doing a broadcast actually on OneSoccer with my friend Oliver Platt over there the very first night where we were out of stadiums, and this was at York. It was York against Forge, and the game just felt so different. We'd just done so many games inside a bubble in one stadium in Winnipeg, and then suddenly you heard fans, and you heard an away fan, and you had a different feeling to the game. And I thought, this is what we've always taken for granted, yet here we were in 2021 finally getting it, and that was pretty special. Today, as I said, is the grand finale. We will give out our awards and recognize those special achievers across our league today. We'll be handing out the Golden Boot winner very shortly. We'll get to our awards on that. We'll also hand out the Golden Glove for our best goalkeeper. The best under-21 Canadian player will also be awarded as well, and we'll also get to a number of different awards, including the Coach of the Year, and we'll have a finale with the Player of the Year. Shortly, I'll be joined up here on stage by our Commissioner, Mr. David Clanahan, but before we do that, the first award of the night is an award that was really given the moment the final whistle went in Hamilton, Ontario, because we knew who was going to win the top scorer award at that moment, because it went to Brazilian superstar of Halifax Wanderers, João Morelli. What a season João had. Nobody really found space better than him, arriving late into the box. A terrific season where he eventually scored 14 goals in 21 games in the Canadian Premier League, 15 goals in all competitions after a great season, of course, in the Canadian Championship as well. Delighted to be joined by João Morelli shortly as well. But before we do that, let's take a look at some of his highlights this season as he found the back of the net in the Canadian Premier League.
And who else would it be but João Morelli? And João Morelli does score.
Shot, score! Morelli has his second of the game.
João Morelli! All tied up in Halifax.
Some great highlights there. I know we don't have an award for the game of the year, but this man was a massive prominent in what was my game of the year, the Labor Day Classic that we heard there as Adam Jenkins, who's joined us here, said it was all tied up in Halifax. There was more tales to that story that would eventually end with the game with 3-3, and João was very much involved in that as well. He got 6 braces as well. Think about that. 6 times this season he's got 2 goals in the game, so that was a pretty incredible achievement as well. Braden's going to bring up the award as well. João is going to join us live from Brazil. As well on Zoom as well, so we can get João hooked up with that as well. But there's the award, a great award as well, as João Morelli becomes the 2021 award winner of the Golden Boot. So that's great to see. And here he is now. João, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on this award. What does it mean to you to be the best goal scorer in this league?
It's an honor to be here, even away from from you guys. I mean, I said it before, man. As a striker, as an attacking midfielder, you always think of being the top scorer or the best player or whatever it is. And finally, after a few years trying, I managed to do that. And obviously, I owe that to my teammates, the staff, everyone helped me. But yeah, it was a great year, even though we didn't make to the Final Four. Yeah, I'm really happy with my numbers.
You should be happy. Congratulations. One final question. You just signed a 2-year extension there with the club as well this week, so that's been in the news as well. But what's that feeling like, scoring those goals at the Wanderers grounds in front of the Halifax fans?
That's definitely one of the reasons that I wanted to sign again with Halifax. It's unbelievable. I played in many places and I've never felt so comfortable and welcome like as I felt in Halifax. The fans are amazing, the atmosphere is amazing, and scoring there is definitely one of my favorite things in life.
Well, we thank you for your time. Congratulations, you are the 2021 Golden Boot winner of the Canadian Premier League. Thanks for joining us, João.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Just a great character for our league. I had so many great interviews with him as well, and some wonderful stories, in terms of his journey from Brazil through Northern England and playing at Fleetwood and Middlesbrough and then Estonia and then all the way to Canadian Premier League. And we're certainly thankful for him, as I know many Halifax Wanderers fans who are watching right now certainly are as well, and they'll have him return under Stephen Hart for 2022. At this time, I'd like to bring up the Commissioner, please, of the Canadian Premier League, Mr. David Clanahan.
KJ, how are you?
Great to see you. How are you?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
Good. What a year, right? Here we are in front of people. We're talking about it. We were there together in 2019 for the award show, but 2020 we weren't able to be together. This is pretty special.
Yeah, it's very special. And you and I talked about this, but it's been such a great year for our game of football or soccer in Canada. Very, very pleased with everything that's gone on. 2021 for us meant a lot of things. We had to get started. We started in the kickoff in Winnipeg, fantastic event there. And then we promised ourselves and promised our fans and supporters that we'd get back to the home markets, and we were able to do that. I'm most proud of being able to get out and have our teams playing. And listen, at the end of the day, it's great for the coaches and the clubs and obviously the players. And so they've just done such a great job. I think the level of competition's been outstanding. And, it's, these awards are very unique, in this country. And so to me, this is the capstone event for us.
I was going to ask you about that just to follow up, because they are unique, and regular viewers and fans and journalists who have covered our league will know something about that, but we are attracting new viewers all the time. Just give us a little bit of connection to these awards for you and why they're so important and why they are so different and genuinely Canadian.
Yeah, and that's the whole idea. When we started the league, we said, we had to be different. We didn't have 100 years to fall back on, so we were going to be a new league. We were going to be unique. We were going to try things differently. We would always look to push ourselves to new heights, and so our club, our group, and the league office, but all the clubs supported it. We said we want to do something different. We don't want just your regular trophies, and so these are works of art. These are sculptures that are done by Inuit. So it's from our Indigenous people. So at the end of the day, this is something very unique to the sports world. They've garnered a lot of respect. There's a story behind every single one of them, and we're just really pleased that we were able to do this. And as I said it was funny, the first year, Tristan Borges won a number of awards, as we know. And he said to me afterwards, I wasn't sure about these things, but now that I'm actually holding them, I can see how special they really are. And I think that's what we want, unique and special, and let's do some things differently.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well said. Let's get to the first award, and we have to start where we do. The first award, the first name on the team sheet is often the goalkeeper. You start from the back to the front. And here's our nominees for the 2021 Golden Glove, the goalkeepers, the top goalkeepers in our league. We start over here on the left-hand side with Tristan Henry of Forge FC, who is the reigning champion of this award, the 2020 winner, and what a fantastic season he had again. When you talk to a coach like Bobby Smirniotis, he will always tell me how Tristan is so important to that back line. A very good defense there they've got as well, but a tremendous leader both on and off the pitch. Talking about past winners, 2019 winner of this award is again a nominee out in Calgary, Cavalry FC, Marco Carducci, another great leader on and off the pitch. My mind goes back to that, I think, wonderful performance where I think he made about 7 or 8 saves in a game against FC Edmonton this year, just in the rain of Edmonton, the first real cold weather game we had, and he was magnificent to hold a clean sheet, and I think he had 7 clean sheets this year. And another goalkeeper who was new to this league this year that some fans never knew about, but certainly now is a household name, is Jonathan Siwa, the CF Montreal loanee, who was magnificent in Valor. This was a club that was brilliant in the bubble, were top of the table, mainly because of what Jonathan Siwa was able to do. They had some dips along the season, had some significant injuries, particularly in defense. Andrew Jean-Baptiste comes to mind as well, but then had a great second half of the season as well under Phil DeSantos, and much of excitement around what can happen in Winnipeg in 2022. They are our nominees. David, over to you to announce the winner.
And so the winner of our Golden Glove for 2021 is Jonathan Siwa from Valor FC.
Jonathan Siwa is here as well, so we'll congratulate him on the award. It's quite heavy, right?
Yeah, it's heavier than I thought.
Yeah, exactly. But you're pretty good in holding things like that. So what are your overall impressions of this season, and how do you feel to win this award?
There was a lot of ups and downs, but I'm just very happy, very honored to receive this award. Firstly, I'd like to thank Valor for giving me the chance to start my professional career, to get some playing time. Especially a big thanks to Patrick. We did a lot of hard work together pre-season and all throughout the season. So big thanks to him, and big thanks to all my other teammates, because I may have won this award, but at the end of the day, it's teamwork. And if I had the ability to shine, it's also because of them.
Final question for you, and there will be a chance for the media to ask you some questions earlier, but there are a lot of young players watching this, looking up to you, looking at the Canadian Premier League. What would you say for them to say how important it is to get those significant minutes to come to a league like this and play, rather than in the academy or training in other environments?
I think CPL is a great league to get minutes in, and as a young player, it's crucial to get your minutes in, because that's how you get experience. You do mistakes so you can get better, and that's how you also get confidence. So this year really gave me some confidence, and I think that's a vital step in my career.
You had a great year. It was a thrill to watch you. Congratulations again on the award. Fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jonathan Siwa, everybody. Truly great year for him, no doubt about it. And I think with Valor, you can see, you can hear Jonathan's enthusiasm there when he talks about the young players that they've got. And Phil DeSantos is here with us today. There's a lot of excitement around that team. What the great thing about this Canadian Premier League is 4 teams get in, but almost everybody had a chance to get in there right near the end. And Valor they had their ups and downs, but that last couple of weeks in the season was an exciting run to the playoffs. We'll get into our next award, which is the Under-21 Canadian Player of the Year, and these are our nominees all across the country. We start here in Toronto at York United FC here in Ontario. Max Ferrari, what a season Max had. The versatility that this player showed. He could play right back, right midfield, left midfield. The engine that he had, he played almost every game. In fact, he played every game right up to the 28th regular season game. The only game they didn't play him is because it didn't matter at that point, and they saved him for the playoffs. He was that good. And Jimmy Brennan would rave anytime we would ask him questions about this. Always first on the training pitch, last off it, a brilliant listener, and has got a bright future in this league and beyond. So congratulations to Max to be nominated. Congratulations also to Victor Lattori, another midfielder who had terrific engine. Not many people would have heard of Victor headed this season, and some people would talk about Calvary and many other midfielders. Nick Ledgerwood comes to mind. They needed some youth in there, and he was fantastic in there, bringing the legs. He would read the game really well and intercept a lot of those passes, and had a really good, bright future as well with his technical ability. And Tommy Wilden Jr. is an enormous fan. Talking about intercepting passes and reading the game really well, our third nominee, congratulations to Alessandro Hajabrapor of Pacific FC, your 2021 Canadian Premier League champions, because of Alessandro Hajabrapor, who scored the crucial goal in the final. But he had a terrific season as well, was right up to the very top there with the league in terms of interceptions and reading the game, played almost every game for Pacific FC in their central midfield as well. So 3 great nominees, and we'll hand it over to the commissioner to hand out the winner.
So again, as you all know, the idea of young players in our league is very, very important and vital to us. And the best under-21 Canadian player this year is Alessandro Hajabrapor.
And Alessandro is here with us.
Alessandro Hajabrapor, and it's Pacific who take the lead in the Canadian Premier League final. Alessandro Hajabrapor off the post and in. Hajabrapor finds Lucas McNaught. Are you kidding me? From the center back.
You getting used to lifting trophies now, or what?
Hopefully.
It's a pretty good feeling, no?
Yeah, not bad.
How does this feel?
Feels great. Yeah, with all the nominees, the other 2 guys are just as valuable and just as worthy of winning this award. So it's an honor for me.
I know we talked on the pitch in cold Calgary in the semis, and we talked on the pitch in wet Hamilton in the final. And you're never really a guy to talk about yourself too much. So who do you think about in these moments? I know you've had some great teammates, and that midfield's won a lot of games for you. So who do you like to thank in this moment?
Yeah, just the team, kind of. The 2 guys around me this year were mostly Manu and Jamar. They put a lot of effort in for me. They do a lot of things that help me play my game, as well as the rest of the team. As much as this is an individual award, the individual only succeeds if the team does well, and that's kind of what happened this year for me.
Well said. A terrific year for you individually and with the team. So congratulations again, Alessandro Hajabrapor on the Under-21 Canadian Player of the Year. Thank you. Our next award goes to the Coach of the Year, and here are our nominees. We'll put them up right now behind us as we get into this. And We've got three fantastic candidates, just as like every other award we have. And we start with Bobby Smirniotis in Hamilton with Forge FC. What do we say about Bobby? I mean, this is a man that obviously did not win the award in 2019 or 2020. Here we are in 2021, nominated again. And we were doing a show yesterday at OneSoccer talking about this, that we understand the Canadian Premier League, the 28 regular season games come with the 2 playoffs, but you can't talk about Forge without talking about the other 10 games and the navigation that they had to go through and the amount of travel they went through going into Central America, how well they did in the CONCACAF region as well, coming back and becoming the regular season champs. They topped the table after 28 games as well. So congratulations to Bobby and Forge. Parmadou Carr, what can we say about this man? Well, he won it all. He lifted the trophy in Hamilton to become the Canadian Premier League final champion as well. And what a season this man has had. You know, Alessandro is one of many players that have talked to me about this in the past and about wanting to run through a wall for this man, a true Mr. Motivator who can get out there and tactically make them better as well. So we congratulate him on his award, getting nominated. And we congratulate on the nomination and award of Tommy Wilden Jr. as well, of Cavalry FC. What a season Tommy had. You know, they were top of the table through 17 games, playing some of the most attractive football out there, very good defensively as well. They are very difficult to break down. And of course, a bounce the ball here or there, they may well have made it to the final in that terrific semi-final that was there as well out in Calgary in that 1-1 game that went to extra time and then eventually got the goal in extra time to send Pacific through. They are our nominees, all worthy winners. David, who gets over the line? Who is the winner?
Well, there's no doubt each one of these coaches is certainly very passionate about their game, and they're one with their team. But our coach of the year is Parmadou Carr.
From Langford with love, champions of the Canadian Premier League, Pacific FC.
And Pacific lead the Whitecaps by 4 goals to 2. What an incredible cup time.
Paul, welcome to the stage. This is a pretty good culmination of what has been a great year for you, no? 2021?
It's been a great year for the players, yes, absolutely.
It is for the players. Let's try and get you to talk a little bit about yourself as you win this award. What does it mean to you to become Coach of the Year in 2021?
Sounds cliche, but again, I cannot thank my players enough. I cannot thank my staff enough. This award is for them. They all know I'm not somebody that think much of individual awards. I always like the collective awards, but I'm grateful to be given an opportunity to showcase what I'm capable of, but that will not be possible without the buy-in from the players, without the buy-in from the club. And I would like to thank my wife. She's the real MVP for all the hard work that she put behind the scenes for me and my family.
Very well said. Final question to you. Obviously, this was a different year unlike any others, very different to the Island Games in 2020. How much fun have you had coaching these players in 2021?
Honestly, I've enjoyed last year's as well, because I think for a young league as the CPL to have 2019 playing a full season, doing well, and then all of a sudden pandemic hit, and then even though it was a shortened season, I think they did fantastic to make it happen. It could have easily been a year where the league said, you know, no, we're not doing it, but the owners, you know, the league, everybody stood together and said, no, we need to make a season. And then going back and coming in this year, knowing that, all right, the COVID is still around, where is the safest place to find for the young players to play for the league, you know? And then that happened in Winnipeg, and the league was adamant that we're going to have games in our home market, and they stuck with it. And I think it's fantastic for the league to be able to have, you know, 28 games, as well as having great results against our neighbors, MLS teams. That shows the growth of the league, and it's going to continue.
I got some messages today from people watching out west live on OneSoccer as well, so I'm sure they're delighted both you and Alessandro won this award as well. It's been a great few weeks for your team. So congratulations again, Coach of the Year, Parmadou Carr, everybody.
Thank you very much.
We come to the final award of the afternoon, and that is the Player of the Year. And this is a difficult one, I'm sure, for those who voted to figure out this, because what a year of great players we had in this league. The nominees that we came down to for the Player of the Year were 3 players. All were crucial to the success of these teams. We heard from João Morelli earlier, our Golden Boot winner here in 2021. A fantastic season, as we said, 14 goals in all competitions, 15 as well, when you include that one in the Canadian Championship. A player that could just break away from midfield and really, to be honest, carried Halifax on their back through very difficult times of the season. And Stephen Hart is the first person to say that João was terrific for them when he was fit on the pitch. Talking about terrific, Terran Campbell is the second nominee, and what a magnificent season this player had. Could play in any different position across the front three, would often be asked to play through the middle with Parmadou Carr, but could play out wide as well. Was man of the match in the semi-final in Calgary for a reason. Had a terrific day there with Manny Aparicio as well, but gets goals as well. You know, this is a player that's got double-digit goals. In fact, he got 11 goals and 4 assists. Was a real handful and developed an overall style of his game. Our third nominee is the heartbeat of Forge FC, and that's the central midfielder and captain Kyle Becker. We congratulate him and Forge on a fantastic season. Forge so many all-star caliber players in that game, in that team as well. But Kyle Becker was the true leader of that and the former winner of this award as well. So they are all worthy nominees, as are many other players. But we'll hand it over to the commissioner to announce the winner of this one.
Yeah, these are 3 great individuals, and I'll tell you, there's so many others in the league right now. It's fantastic. But our winner for 2021 is João Morelli from HFX Wanderers.
Shot, score! Morelli has his second of the game.
And João Morelli does score. And who else would it be but João Morelli? João Morelli! All tied up in Halifax.
2021 Player of the Year, João Morelli. We heard from him earlier as the Golden Boot winner, and I think he can join us now as well as we get him up again to listen to him and find out what he wanted to say about this. Here he is, still with us. João, congratulations on the second award of the day. How does this feel?
Thank you very much again, Christian. Man, this feels good. I've been waiting my whole life for this, and in 1 year, I managed to win these 2 awards, and I'm really, really happy. And again, thanks to all my teammates and club and staff and everyone and the fans too. Thank you guys. I'm really happy.
João, I know you're a humble guy and you always want to talk about the team first, but are you motivated by individual awards during the season like this, or is it just something that comes to you at the end of the season? Talk us through your mindset as an athlete for these kind of awards. I
am obviously motivated by all this stuff, but I don't focus on this. I try always to put the team before me, and I feel like as a consequence, if you do that, if you just keep your head down, keep working hard, I think sometimes you deserve it when you don't win, but sometimes it happens, and it's all the results that you put, like day in, day out, during training sessions and working hard every day. So yeah, I put my team first, but I always think of winning like individual titles too.
Every credit to you. Last question for me. You and I talked a lot this season about the quality in the Canadian Premier League and how it's gone up and how much you've enjoyed it. You are now officially the best player in this league, and you're up there with nominations like Terran Campbell and Kyle Becker. What does that feel like? And maybe you can just mention a little bit and talk to us about what you think about the quality of on the pitch, because you played in England, you played in Estonia, you played around the world. What's it like to be the best player in a high caliber league like this?
It's a big achievement for me. I'm as you said, like, people don't think that, but I am very humble, and I'm seeing all these players playing against me, even in my team. I see a lot of quality. I told you that before. The places I played was really they were good places to play. Europe is obviously the best in the world, but like people don't know Canada yet. And I'm telling you, in a few years, this league is going to be big. The quality of the players is really, really good. Especially with the young players. So my bet is that this league is gonna be known as definitely as at least at the level of MLS in a few years for sure.
Well, João, we can't thank you enough for joining us. I know you wanted to be here. I know you tried to be here, the different restrictions and COVID and different things with the quarantine. I know how much you love Canada. And as I said earlier, you signed on for another couple of years. So the Wanderers fans will be excited to wish you back there. And we'll see you soon in preseason. Again, congratulations on a terrific day.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
João Morelli, HFX Wanderers Player of the Year 2021. David, before we wrap it up, it's been a successful year again. You know, great thanks for João for the awards and Par, and obviously Alessandro and Jonathan are here as well. This has been a terrific day, but overall, final words on recapping what has been a special year and a year to put the foot forward for this season.
You know what, it has, KJ, it's been a really special year. We were talking about this earlier. The reality is, I look at how our league's doing, you know, a year, 2 kind of shortened, you know, years based on COVID, and you look at how well we're doing. We were this close to putting 2 teams in the final for the Canadian Championship this year, the Voyageurs Cup. That close. Quite frankly, you could argue that our team should have been playing in the final. We had, you know, Forge down playing in CONCACAF, and they were this close to getting to the final as well. I mean, these are all great things for a young league, and especially for a league that focuses on developing players. We see it with our coaches. Coaches like Pa, they do everything for their players. That's what we want. We want to make sure that we create and develop the league and the game and the players more importantly than anything else. That's the bottom line. That's what we said we would do. We're going to continue to do that, and I'm even looking forward to an even better year next year.
Yeah, next year will be fantastic, and of course, the aforementioned Pacific FC will be in CONCACAF as well, so that'll be special to see them go and do that as well. My thanks to everybody watching on OneSoccer, a great broadcast partner, and thanks for watching all the broadcasts this year, and thanks to the many members of the OneSoccer team that are here with us today. Thanks for everybody joining us in the media. There are times for one-on-one interviews as well, getting ready with the players and the coaches who won the awards very soon as well. But in the meantime, stay safe, everybody. Happy holidays, God bless, and take care.